overall in terms of percentages and kills, it's still looking in VRGD's favor. And even in positioning, because they still have cover while Black Spikes is out in the open. Cobra and Zember is pretty healthy, and he is getting in on the back lines, potentially trying to pick off some of these distracted heavies. This fight does look like it's equalizing a little. The factor here being that Cabal and Nostris' spiders are still quite healthy for VRGD, so even if their heavies go down, it is 3-3. Even if the heavies go down, the spiders are going to have a decent time just cleaning this up. Holy hell, Slim Shady is at 7% in a Shadowhawk. That's some impressive tanking. Safe to say he doesn't have any weapons though, so the advantage in terms of firepower is clearly in VRGD's favor. But with that being said, it is 5-4 in kills for Black Spikes, but Proton is being focused down in his Dragon Slayer. He does still have an ER PPC, and so he has some weapons left. He's doing a good job rolling. It's a bit hard to see back here, but if he can protect his rear, then he should be able to get a few more shots off. 6-4 now in favor of Black Spikes, with all their mechs in pretty bad shape. 7-4. Against all odds, Black Spikes seems to be pulling this off. It's just down to Nostris' Spider here. If you get... He's focusing the wrong Dragon Slayer. If he knew how damaged Proton was, then... I can't help but wonder if they knew how damaged Proton was in that fight, because his rear was one shot away, just like maybe 2 points of health on it, and he kept cranking out damage, and he wasn't picked off. So, well played to Black Spikes. I'm quite impressed with that. It was really well done, and it looks like they... Overall, they actually, I think, did less damage, but they made their shots count. Especially on the Red Goes to Fasta. I think they got an XL snipe off him pretty early, because his percentage was looking pretty good. I mean, that's the thing, that percentage doesn't tell the whole story, and I wish I had a better way of showing this, but it doesn't tell the whole story, and you can have a guy like Proton here who's at 18%, but his damage is absolutely everywhere. He's got both legs intact, he's got 2 PPCs just hammering out damage, or you can have a guy at 80% dying to an XL. So, I thought there, for a while, that those spiders were going to be able to clean it up just easy peasy, but it wasn't the be. Well done, good game, and looks like we may have a series on our hands. Black Spikes claws that back. It is now 1-2 in favor of VRGD in this best of 5. A social menu pulled up so I can watch that. Okay, so Black Spike spawned on the north in red, and VRGD spawned in the south here. VRGD did a fairly standard setup in F5 under the ring, and Black Spikes moved down to the stage through E5 and ended up pushing the ring. But before that had happened, they had sent their lights out, F4, G4, to get a UAV up. And in my opinion, he was way overextended. At that point, 1 or 2 more hits, 1 or 2 more good shots from these VRGD players could have put him down hard, especially if the lights had gone in to chase him and flesh him out from his hole, because there was a bit of time where he was in G4, just tucked up against the back here, where he had nowhere to run, and just a lot of pressure could have been applied to him. That would have gone up 1-0 VRGD's favor, and when Black Spikes continued their push just down through G4 here, VRGD could have just kept running the other way and forced, got in some better terrain even, maybe down just like this one firing line in C7, something along those lines. But they decided instead to bunker up on f5. Black Spikes came down around g4, came to g5, saw that Varangian Guard had already pulled back to a defensive position. They stalled, or they stopped their attack rather, not stalled. Stalled would imply that, well, negative things. Decided to stop, rotated around the other way, pushed in, feeling that it was stronger and that there were less aggressive angles. Now, at this point, they did take a massive amount of damage, and that's why I thought for sure this was going to go Varangian Guard's way, was just the amount of damage they took pushing in through f4. But by the time they rotated around the edge and under the ring into f5, I think Varangian Guard's cohesion fell apart a little, and their focus fire. Because like I said, there were targets that were down to, like, they had guns, they were down to about maybe 2 points of health remaining that could have been easily picked off, swaying the fight, and they were left up. I also think that Coburn's Ember may have done quite a bit of work just getting in here and contributing to breaking those lines, because when you've got an Ember on your back with those machine guns, not only is it psychologically disorienting, but it's actually very deadly to you. You cannot afford to ignore that, because as soon as your internals are opened, and if he's on your back, his first laser burst is going to open it, you are not long for this world. In any case, good job pulling that back to Black Spikes. And we're going to be heading into Game 4. Ooh, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be on HPG Manifold. Our newest map, released 6 months ago. And if I thought Tourmaline was bad in terms of invisible walls, HPG is arguably worse, but it's still, in terms of actual layout, this is one of the maps I prefer. It's fairly even to both sides, unlike Alpine, which heavily favors the side that gets the I-9 spawn. It has several areas you can fight in, especially on skirmish. If you want, we've seen teams hang out near the spawn areas in these hills, and that's a completely different fight from inside. And even going inside, you've got several different styles you can use, claiming the top, rotating around the outside, through the middle, or even underneath if you're feeling a little brawly. But actually, in this map, considering how much these teams like spiders, I wouldn't be surprised to see a spider on the wall with ECM just pew-pewing away. Okay, it looks like they are already deployed. That was a quick turnaround. Let's get in there. The tonnage for this match is 350 tons. It is, math. One of the mid-weight drops for the 800, so I believe it's equivalent to about the 700-ton drop deck of the old... No, that can't be right. I think it's equivalent to about the 620 of the old 12v12 format. This time around, we are fast on the draw. We're actually getting in here before the countdown is even finished, so... Ooh, Caffey Angst is in an Ember. That's something I haven't seen. Actually, I think this is equivalent to the 540 drop, because there are 4 Black Spikes, 4 Embers, 3 Shadowhawks, and a Blackjack. Let's have a quick look to see what they are running on these Shadowhawks. Medium laser AC-20.
Target acquired.
Looks like they are Brawler Shadowhawks with medium lasers and AC-20s, and their Blackjack is going to be the same. In the meantime, let's hop over and see... Ooh, Griffins coming out of the Varangian Guard team with SRMs. Alright, so Black Spikes is setting up on the right side here in blue. Their Embers are floating around trying to get eyes. Varangian Guard is... It looks like they're grouping up for a quick push straight over the center and into the Black Spikes team. Okay, there you go, their lead elements coming over the top. Phoenix fires Blackjack a little out of position, a little behind the push, getting caught out by Varangian Guard. Down 70%, 68%, probably a whole leg fest already. Thing here, though, is that Black Spikes in blue are mostly on top of this fight, whereas Varangian Guard are rotating around the far right here. And not everybody has their shots. Problem, though, for Black Spikes again, Slim Shady's Shadowhawk being caught out behind, immobile, and being quickly dropped down. And he's going to be double-legged and taken out. Ranjin Guard up 2-0, Kilo dropping down quickly, 3-0 for Ranjin Guard. It looks like their movement and cohesion is just a little bit better. We're going to hop into a first-person view and see what's going on here. Vigorous and the Griffin is showing that SRMs are working quite well right now with their reg, taking out the one of the Black Spike's Shadowhawks with 2 shots. Oh, wow! Double-legging Kaffy Angst with SRMs. Like, who would have thought that would happen? Finally getting double-leg, but it is 6-3 in favor of Ranjin Guard. 2 embers left for the Black Spikes, and with several of the Ranjin Guard lights up, they're going to be able to hunt that down, take out the legs, and clean this up.
New target acquired. Machine gun at 25%.
So as much as we could have hoped for a comeback from Black Spikes, it looks like it was not to be. Just have a quick look through all the mechs here. Yeah, it looks like they brought multiple Griffins running SRM-6s. They got that engagement they were looking for, just a quick in-your-face brawl. 3 Griffins, 200 damage here, 300 plus damage out of the others. That is some damn fine work, and Nima, you should be proud for fixing that. Story of that match, though, at least in my eyes, spectating from the sky, was Phoenix Fire's Blackjack got caught out on the push, taken down, 76 damage. Slim Shady rotated out of the initial push, but then he stopped and got caught up in just the wave of death, the death ball that Ranjin Guard was performing, and also taken down very quickly. So, in these light drops, your feet have to be moving. You cannot stop, or you're going to be caught out and summarily executed. So, good games to both teams. Excellent series to Ranjin Guard. Looking forward to their play in the future. Hopefully I get to cast more of it. Unfortunately it is EU time, so I'm generally at work. Thank you for letting me spectate and cast this, guys. It was impromptu, but it was still fun, and I apologize for some of the hiccups that we have had. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. I hope to be doing more of this in the future. Well, I know I'll be doing more of this in the future, but hopefully a little better production value, like I said. Good games to both teams, and I will catch you guys later.